so let's see if this worked. Alright, we're streaming. Okay, so I'm just going to send a quick text, and we'll get started on this. So this is some algebra from my top 5 favorite niece, definitely in the top 5. Okay, so this first one she's got correct. 4x plus x equals 5x, so that's good. And we've got 2 plus negative 1, which is the same as 2 minus 1, which is 1. Excellent, so that's correct. Now we've got 5a plus 2a. 7a. We've got negative 2b plus b. That's the same as b minus 2b. So we have a mistake there. Okay, so let's look. I think I actually told her about that one on the thing, but we'll go over that, and then we have 4 plus 2. So this one has a plus in the middle, so we can just use the associative property to rewrite this thing. So instead of having parentheses, we can take them away using our associative property. And I know those properties, when you all first learn about them, they're really just, it seems like you'll never memorize them. I have a great, fun way of memorizing the associative commutative distributive property that I use with my students, so it's not too big of a problem. But once we take these away, we can see there's like terms. Here we've got 5a and 2a, that's 7a. Then we've got negative 2b, positive b. That's the same as b minus 2b, because we have the commutative property for addition. So b minus 2b is negative b. Then we've got 4 and 2. That's 6. All right. Now, whenever I was first taking algebra, I did this underline trick. I really, 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 really did that, and I think it's a nice trick that you guys feel welcome to make your own. Okay. Then, so this is number 2. Let's do number 3. And let me actually, I'm going to do something really quickly so I can, there we go. I just want to pop this chat out so I can keep that visible. If anyone gets in here, they can post something in the chat. Sorry, I'll try to speed this up here in a sec. Boom. And chat is back. All right. So number 3, let's check. We've got 3a minus. This is actually a minus. She's done some work on here, so this is always going to be a minus. It is a minus. So 3a minus a. And you see how her teacher gave her some conflicting instructions. Oh, look, we got somebody all the way from Russia, it looks like. I don't know what you're typing, but awesome thank you for typing in the chat. Thanks for showing up. So this is a minus. Let me just change that color so we can really see that good. This is a minus. And we'll go back to our beautiful purple color here. Okay, so let's use the same trick. Why don't I write this out? I'm going to write this out with the parentheses removed. So the first one's easy. That's just going to be itself. Okay, this is the first thing in parentheses here. We can leave that just the way it is using the associative property and take the parentheses away. Now we need to deal with this negative. That's confusing. The most common way that I see people do this is they distribute the negative. They think of it as just distributing a negative 1. So we're going to do negative 1 times a. That's negative a. So here we go, negative a. Then we're going to do the second part of this distribution, the negative 1 times. This was actually also a negative. Here, let me change that to a negative. That's also a negative. She had just done some work, and she used that as a way of thinking on paper. Okay, so then we've got a negative b, which is correct. She's right. That is a positive b. All right. Okay, so then we combine our like terms here. Let me get this a little inkier. So we have 3a, and we have negative a. That's going to give us 2a. Then we've got a 2b and a b. That's that's going to give us a 3b. So pretty straightforward once you learn how to deal with that negative trick. So let's look at 4. I think we discussed 4 as well. So same thing here. Let me I'm going to make myself a little palette of colors in the top here. So we've got red, and then we're going to give us a nice inky purple. All right, nice inky purple. So I'm going to change to the red so I can just kind of go through this. So this is actually negative here. That's negative. This is negative. And has she done that anywhere else? Negative and negative, it looks like. And okay. It looks like this is also a negative here. Let me look at that. Yeah, she really went down and annotated that all the way through. So this is negative. This is negative. And we don't, this one is negative, which means that she's made this into negative as well. So, hard to say for sure. Yeah, these are both negative. Okay. Negative, 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 negative. And if she comes in here, hopefully she'll check and make sure that I have read this correctly. We've got a negative, we've got a negative, and we've got a negative. This is negative, this is negative. Okay. Alright, hopefully I found all of them. If not, the principles will be the same, so she'll be able to reverse engineer this. But if anybody who's in this class comes in, let me know if I got these correct. Okay, so we're working on number 4 now. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my pen set up here. I'd like it to be, there we go, that's what I want. I want this to be 3 on the right, 3 pixels. Okay, so then we're looking at number 4 now, number 4. So the same thing with number 4. We're doing a subtraction on the second quantity there. That's the thing in parentheses. So we're just going to distribute this negative there and there. Okay. So the first quantity, we use the associative property to leave it the same, but just take away the parentheses. And then now we're going to distribute that negative. So x squared becomes negative x squared. Negative y squared becomes the opposite of negative y squared, which is positive y squared. AB becomes negative AB. Okay, now we combine our like terms. So we've got x squared minus x squared. That's 0, so we don't need to write anything. And we've got y squared and positive y squared. So y squared plus y squared is 2y squared. Then we've got negative AB and negative AB. So negative AB minus AB is negative 2AB. Okay, let me look. I'm just going to look real quick and see how we're looking for our spectators. Where are we going? That's wrong. That's not what we want. Go back to Krita. Current viewer, 1 playback. Okay, so our Russian friend is gone. Hopefully our student comes soon. Okay, so then if there are no questions on these, I'm going to go past these. Alright, so that's there. Let's make a new layer. Okay, so we got a new layer now. And I actually want to, I can put it in front of that. That's beautiful. Excellent. Alright, so now we just did number 4. Let's do number 5. And so number 5, there's a positive in here. So this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to collect like terms. So we got to do 4a squared plus, do we have any a squared? Minus 6a squared. So they're a little out of order. Okay, so 4a squared minus 6a squared is negative 2a squared. Now we've got a negative 5ab and a 10ab. Let me double underline those. So negative 5 plus 10 is positive 5ab. Then we've got negative 6b squared and negative 8b squared. So negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14b squared. So finding like terms is pretty straightforward. I think the major issue with these problems was how do we deal with that negative? Once you learn that, it's not too big a deal. So 6. Okay, so here we're going to have a subtraction in between our quantities. So we need to distribute our negative to either of these. Something that I'm noticing, and let me see if I can zoom this way in. So you guys can see this too. Is this little symbol right here. I don't know what that's there for, but that appears a couple of places here as well. A lot of text will have that be like, that's a negative. I really don't know what that is. This picture is potato quality. I get a lot of these potato quality pictures from students. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's treat this as a -5. I think that's supposed to be a -5. Okay, so this is 4x squared minus 2x. I'm going to rewrite it. So I'm solving this problem. 4x squared minus 2x minus 3 minus negative, this is the preferred way to write it, 5x minus 4. And since we've got a negative in between our two quantities, we want to distribute our negative like that. So this is going to be 4x squared minus 2x minus 3. That's our associative property. Negative 5x becomes positive 5x. And negative 4 becomes positive 4. Now we're going to collect our like terms. There's no other x squared term. That's it. So we're just going to, it stays just like that. Then we've got a negative 2x and a positive 5x. So negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. And negative 3 and positive 4 becomes 1. So this is our answer. Now let's pretend that this little negative symbol isn't there, so this would become positive. That would make the problem change a little bit. So why don't I do that in red over here? So we can say 4x squared minus 2x minus 3 minus, so this is the ambiguous case. If you interpret this number as being there or not, we'll do it both ways. Not sure what they were trying to say there. Same thing. Take away our parentheses on the first one since it's positive over here. There's no sign, so it's positive. We don't need to do anything, just use our associative property. Now we're going to distribute our negative here. Negative 5x plus 4. So negative 5x becomes negative 5x, and then negative 4 becomes positive 4. Same thing now. We combine our like terms. There's no squared term to go with this. We've got, these are our x terms. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. And negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. And if there's any questions on the arithmetic on this, let's see if anybody's watching. Is anybody watching? I thought I popped that out. Let me pop that out. We're going to pop this whole thing out. And then I'm going to pop the chat back in. Let's close you up. Okay, did the chat come back in? Chat. Pop out chat. Chat, pop into chat. Where are we at? Nobody's in here. Nobody's watching right now, so I can be as silly as I want. Yeah. Alright, let me pop that back out since it's not working. And we can do that. And I'll look at this metric. So I just want to keep this metrics up in case somebody comes in while we're waiting. And while we're working. Okay. Alright, so back to the problems. Okay, so that is number 6. Either way, depending on if you take that little symbol in front of the 5 to be a negative. In good math textbooks, these kind of issues aren't there. I don't know why schools insist on using these terrible textbooks, but they do. Okay, I'm gonna clear these out. Boom. I can go all over here now, so I can write on that. And then we'll bring this back. Okay, so we've got number 8. And let's go back to purple. Okay, so this is happening again here. I think that's a negative symbol, so let me write it both ways. So I'm going to write it if it's not a negative symbol. 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x minus 1, and then minus 8x cubed plus 4x squared minus, I found another one of those little hidden minuses, 2x plus 3. Okay, so this is our original problem. And then we'll do it again in case this is supposed to be a negative here, because I think that thing's supposed to be a negative. I don't know, though. If not, then we can go 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x minus 1, just using our associative property. Then we will distribute our negative to everything here, so we'll get negative x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay, now we're going to find some like terms. 1. Okay, that's all of the cubes. So we've got 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. Then we're going to get our squareds. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10x squared. Then we're going to get our x's, and this is 3 plus 2 is 5x. Then we've got negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Okay, so this is if it's the same as the first way. I'm going to use some digital magic here. Instead of writing this whole thing again, what we can do is copy and paste. Boom. We're going to CVT. Look at that. That's just absolute magic. Let's select that, and I want to make sure. We want to go back to our brush, and I want to make sure that I just put. So now, the reason why I'm doing this again is because there's this little negative symbol here, which I don't know why people use that, but it's super annoying. What I'm noticing is that every time it's the first thing right after the parentheses, if they have a negative symbol, it's always that. There's no other situation where the first term in a quantity is negative. So I think that's it. That is what it is, and I'm going to go forward with the rest, assuming that's a negative. I don't know why they've done that, though. So this is probably the way the teacher intended her to do it. Okay. Same thing. Associative property. Let me actually... It is almost 8. I've got... Goodness. Set alarm for 8:10. I've got about 15 minutes until I gotta switch students. So negative 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x minus 1, and then we're gonna distribute our negative to each term here. So negative 8x cubed, negative 4x squared, positive 2x, and negative 3. Okay, so then let's combine. Negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. And 3 plus 2 is 5. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Okay, so I think this is probably the correct answer for this problem. Alright, let's turn you off. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, and then we'll make a new here. Alright, so that was 8. That was 8. So we're on 9. Okay, so this is cool. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quantities here. None of these are negative, so we can just take the parentheses away and do it normally. Okay, I don't even think it makes sense to rewrite these. Let's do it right here. A plus 5a is 6a. And then we've got 2b plus 3b plus 3b. That is 8b. Then we've got negative 4 minus 7. That is negative 11c. Okay. Here we've got another negative we need to distribute, so I'm going to rewrite this thing. So I'll take away the parentheses here. So we've got x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. And then here this is a negative quantity, so I'm going to distribute my negative. This is how most people do it. I don't actually do it this way, but I find that students are most comfortable with that. So negative times x squared is negative x squared. Negative negative 2xy is positive 2xy. And negative y squared is negative y squared. Now we just need to find our like term. So we've got an x squared minus x squared. That's 0. I'm not even going to write it. Negative 2xy and a positive 2xy. They cancel out as well. But look at this. This whole thing zeroes out. That's really satisfying. I love it when that happens. So that's 0. Why don't I just equals 0. Okay, so that's 10. Now we're on to 11. So I'm writing a lot more and like talking a lot more than I normally would, but you know, you should be able to do these in about 15 seconds each if you feel comfortable about it. Notice this little negative here. I'm going to treat that as a negative, and I'm going to distribute this one as well. So the first quantity will just take the parentheses away because there's nothing going on. X plus 3y. Then I'm going to take the parentheses away from this. I have plus negative 3x, which is just negative 3x. So that's right here. So I'm adding negative 3x. I think that's negative. I'm going to keep behaving as if it is. So that's plus negative 3x is just negative 3x. And then minus y. Okay. Then I'm going to distribute my negative. So negative x and negative negative y. Okay, negative x and negative negative y is positive y. Now we combine our like terms here. So we've got a bunch of things. So we've got a negative x and a positive x and a negative x. Those zero out. So just everything that's left is this negative 3x. Okay. It doesn't really make sense to go like x minus 3x is negative 2x minus another x is negative 3x. It's the same way, right? But if you see that this cancels with this, just cancel them, and then whatever's left is what it is. Okay, now we've got 3y, let me underline that so I don't count it again. 3y, negative y, positive y. Same situation here. I've got a negative y and a positive y. They just cancel each other. I don't even need to like take away one and then add it back. It's just plus 3y. Alright, so that's our answer there. Let me just check the YouTube real quick. Nobody watching. Okay, well. She was stressed out about math, so I told her to stop doing it. There's no sense in doing math when you're stressed out. Alright, we got 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Going fast and furious now. Probably could have just turned that off, whatever. Okay, so that was 11, so we're on to 12 now. 12, boom. We've got 2x squared plus 3y squared minus z squared. And then we're going to distribute our negative here. So we've got negative x squared. Now, this is negative, and this is negative. Negative, negative becomes positive y squared. And the same thing with z. So we're going to get negative, negative z squared, which is positive z squared. So this is cool. 2x squared minus x squared is x squared. 3y squared plus y squared becomes plus 4y squared. And then negative z squared and positive z squared is 0, so we'll just want to write that. Okay. What if, is that number 12? Oh, you know what? Actually, I didn't realize this. I left a whole quantity off. I put the cart before the horse here. So we have still plus 4x squared minus 3y squared. Okay, so that's positive, so we just take the parentheses away. Okay, let's do it again. 2 minus 1 plus 4 is 6 minus 1, which is 5. Then we've got 3 plus 1 minus 3. The 3's cancel out, we're just plus 1. Then we've got negative 1, positive 1. That's 0. Still 0 there. So this is our answer here, 12. Okay, so 13, and what are we going to do? Okay, so that little tricky negative is there. Again, that's super annoying. I don't like that. I wish they would just choose a better textbook, but you know how it is. This is a positive quantity, so we don't need to do anything special. This is a positive quantity, so we don't need to do anything special. We're just going to take the parentheses away. This plus minus here is just going to become minus. So we've got 2x plus 3 minus 2x squared plus x minus 5. Now, we can start by writing the x's first, but it's actually polite to do your highest degree term first. That's the, I said that somewhat sarcastically, the polite form. This is the way you expect to read it. You don't realize it because no one's told you explicitly, but that's how you expect to read it. So I'm going to put that first. It turns out that that's the only x squared term. Okay, so we'll just, that's good. Now let's do our x's. This is the next degree. This is actually x to the 1. Nobody really tells you that either. So 2x plus x's plus 3x. And then we've got 3 minus 5 is negative 2. All right. And she just told me she's going to join the stream. So whenever she comes in, she'll let me know if I need to do more on the arithmetic. She's really strong at arithmetic, so I don't think so. Probably not. All right, we've got 6 minutes left. Okay. 2y plus 3x minus 4. So taking away the parentheses, it's a positive quantity. I don't have to do anything. Same thing here. Plus 9 minus 8y minus 5x. Then we've got plus 3x plus 4y minus 2. Okay. So let's find our like terms. We've got a y, and we've got a y. So 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 8 is negative 2. Then we've got 3x, we've got negative 5x, and we've got 3x. So 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 5 is 1. So 1x is just x. We'll just leave it as that. We've got 4. We've got 9, so these are our constant terms. We've got negative 2. So negative 4, negative 2 is negative 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. And you guys see how, let me just do this as an aside over here. When I see negative 6 plus 9, I know that there's the commutative property. I can just switch this to 9 plus negative 6, which is the same as 9 minus 6. And once you get used to thinking that a few times, you won't have to, like, this will be so easy. You're just like, negative 6 plus 9 is the same as 9 minus 6, and that's 3. Okay, so that'll become a lot easier the longer you do this. So let's put that off, and we'll go this. If I'm going too fast, let me know too. I don't know. I'm kind of pressed for time, so I'm trying to hurry. Okay, so we're on 13 now. 13. Couldn't be. No, 15. Ooh, okay. So here's another one of those little negatives there. But otherwise, we can just take the first quantity's parentheses away using the associative property. Now we're going to distribute this negative to every one of these terms. So negative 3y squared. Negative negative 4y is positive 4y. Negative negative 6 is positive 6. So it's super easy there. Bunch of playbacks. Average watch time is 25 seconds. Crazy. Okay, so now that we've got like this combining like terms, we've got negative 2. Negative 3 is negative 5. So I did the squared, so I'm going to do the y now. That's my next term. Putting it in polite form. And there's no other y. Then we've got constants. 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay. And last one on this page. There is another page if you want to stick around with me. Okay. So we've got 7y plus 4x plus 9. This is the same thing. It's just I'm taking away the parentheses because this is positive quantity. So it's the associative property. All right. Now here we've got that negative we need to distribute. Got to distribute that negative. So I'm going to go negative 6x. Negative negative 8y is positive 8y. Negative 11 becomes negative 11. All right. Then we've got 7y plus 8y. Well, actually, let's do the x's first. Let's go alphabetical. Alphabetical is nice. We've got 4x and negative 6. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2 x. Then we've got the y as next. And 7y plus 8y is plus 15y. Then we've got constant terms, 9 and negative 11. So 9 minus 11 is negative 2. Okay, so that's the whole page. Let's drum up the back here. Let's get the back going. We've got 2 minutes. Let's see. Let me actually, I got a screenshot. It's in the text. Oh, this is a huge page. Open a new tab. All right. Okay, so and oh my goodness, this is so annoying. I can't stand homework like this. Teachers, if you're giving out homework like this, just stop. Don't do this. It's terrible homework. All right, here we go. And then we're back. And then we're back. And we're back. I wish I could like click her message and then pin, report, remove. I'm going to put you in a timeout. No, I'm going to make you a moderator. All right, you're in charge. Okay. Then, okay, speed round. Simplify each expression by combining like terms. Circle the expression in each problem that does not belong. Place the letter above the problem below. Okay, so they mean the one that doesn't belong. Circle the expression in each problem that does not belong. I have no idea what they mean by that. All right, well, let's see. So 5t plus 9t is 14t. 3r minus 10r is negative 7r. Let's see. T plus 13t. Maybe I should do it alphabetical, so let's do r first. R minus 8r is negative 7r. T plus 13t is plus 14t. So negative and... Oh, I see. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So this entire row is one problem, and one of them is going to be different. So this is going to be negative 7r plus 14t. So you see how this one is equal to this one? The one that doesn't belong is the first one, which is problem A. So that means our first letter is 2 expressions in each. Simplify the expression, circle the expression in each problem that does not belong. Place the letter above the problem below. So I think this is A. And then we've got 12 and 1, so this is 13. And then negative 3, positive 2 is negative 1y. This is going to be 12 minus 9, and so that would be 13x minus 9 plus 3 is minus 6. Then we've got 16 minus 8, 16 minus 3x. Okay, let me actually do this with 16x minus 2, or 8y, minus 3x plus 7y. And then we combine like terms and we get 13x minus y. So here E goes down here. That's my alarm to stop. Place the letter, circle the expression in each problem that does not belong. Okay, yeah. So we should circle this and circle this. Okay, so this is, I gotta pause this here in a second. I'll go a couple more minutes. So this is gonna be, so distributing the 4y minus 28x minus y, and then 4y minus y is 3y minus 28x. Then we've got negative 30x, it's got that little negative up at the top there, minus negative 2x, super annoying, is plus 2x. And then we've got negative 7 times 4 is negative 28x, negative 7 times y is negative 7y, and then, oh, I must have messed something up here. Oh, I see. This is negative 28x. Did I mess something up? 4y. Yes. 4y minus 28x minus y is 3. Yep. So this is plus 7y. Ah, okay. Yeah, I did mess this up. And then so 7y, negative 7 plus 7 is negative 28x. So then this doesn't belong, so this is e. I don't super know what the... Oh, maybe these are out of order and you're supposed to like get words. This is so dumb. A lot of my students have these too, and it drives me nuts. Okay, so this is 6x minus 6y minus 9x minus 3y. Okay, we're going to stop there because I got to go to work. Okay, hopefully the first page helped you, and you actually know how to do the second page if you paid attention. Just be careful. 2 of these will be equal, and one of them will be different. That's the letter you should write at the bottom. And I think like this is going to be the first letter, this is the second letter, this is the third letter, this is the fourth. That's what the number on the bottom means. And then it's going to spell something fun. And rather than just do math problems, you have to like have this fake fun. So, all right, stay mathy, folks, and maybe we'll finish this up later if we have time.